It's really very important to understand that the deal for the ceasefire is not the end, is probably the starting point of a new cycle. In reality, for Israel, the problem of the hostages, it's an internal problem, but it's a real problem. So if there is a way to solve it and to avoid its obstacle for the grand strategy of Israel, it's very important by itself. But we have to keep in mind that it's not the end of the process, it's just the beginning. We will have phases and we will have to do with another problem, which is the real problem. And I mean the relationship between Israel and Iran. Because we know that Iran is the responsible of this proxy war. We know now its failure, and we can imagine that the signature with Russia is a way to avoid bigger problems for Iran, but it's quite impossible because the position of Israel and the US is the same about Iran. So now we can imagine that after this deal and after Israel's approval, we can see the next step. So it's not just a ceasefire, it's a way to fix an internal problem, but it's not the end of a war, which is just at its beginning. Why? Because the problem with Iran is still here, and we have to consider that if there is no strike against Iran, Iran will be the same, will remain the same. And we need a change in the Middle East in order to have a region which is more stable, because we need this region for the grand strategy of the US, Europe, but also for many Arabic countries. So the idea is to put away this problem, to fix Iran in its position, its new position. And I mean with that, that Iran now is thinking only about itself because it's a question of survival. So the idea is to have a free road in this region with Iran alone in order to do many things in the framework of Rimland.